Assalamu alaikum. In today's video, we are looking at another game of Mikhail Tal, which he played against a player named Guerra. Mikhail Tal was playing as a black, so his opponent started the game with d4, knight to f6, c4, g6, knight to c3, and bishop to g7, King's Indian defense. e4, short castle. The main motive for the black in this opening is to give the center to the white, and after some moves he will attack with the d6 and c5 or e5. So in the game, white played bishop to e2, d6 preparing the c5 or e5, knight to f3, e5, short castle, knight to c6, d5, gaining the space in the center. So knight to e7, knight to d2. By looking at this pawn structure, it is very simple, and common plan for the black is to move this knight from the f6 and push the pawn on f5. And on the other hand, the white will try to play b4, and after b4 he will play c5, attacking the d6 pawn of the black. Here Mikhail Tal plays a5, stopping the b4, but now a3, knight to d7 going with the plan, rook to b1, giving another defender on b file. So f5, b4, knight to f6, and now c5, and both players has achieved their pawn break. So now king to h8, and c captures on d6, c captures on d6, b5. White can also go with the b captures on a5 and open the file for his rook, but this move is also not bad, and he is gaining the space on the queen side. So bishop to h6, bishop to d3, bishop to d7, bishop to b2, rook to c8, and here black made a mistake by e captures on f5. It is very famous in Russia that every kid know the rule that when your pawn get captured on f file, always capture it with the g pawn. So Mikhail Tal played g captures on f5. What it move does, it opened this g file for Mikhail Tal rook, and it is not good for the white. So white played knight to c4, attacking the pawn on d6. So Mikhail Tal played bishop to c8, defending this pawn, and here come the b6, again gaining the space on the queen side. Bishop to h5, attacking the queen, and here white made another mistake by playing bishop to e2. Why it's a mistake? Because you are overloading this bishop by defending this knight and again attacking this bishop. So Mikhail Tal straight away goes with the rook captures on c4, bishop captures on h5, and now queen captures on b6, and here Mikhail Tal wins a pawn. So now white plays bishop to c1, and here Mikhail Tal found his signature move, and if you want to find out, stop this video and try to find it. But yes, it's Mikhail Tal's signature move, so he found it, and he goes with this queen captures on b1, giving away his queen. White as usually accepts it. Knight captures on b1, rook captures on c1, and if you are thinking you can go with the queen captures on c1, but now it will cost you, because bishop captures on c1, rook captures on c1, and now knight captures on h5, and this position is totally winning for the black. So that's why white didn't play queen captures on c1. So white plays queen to f3, and it is another mistake, because now Mikhail Tal got a chance to play rook on f to c8, and it is simple threat that we will capture your rook, and when you capture with the king, but now rook to c1, and now we will win the knight. So white played g3, he can't stop it. Rook captures on f1, king captures on f1, rook to c1 check, king to g2, and now rook captures on b1. And if we look at this position, Mikhail Tal has this strong compensation for the queen, and it's totally winning for him. So the game continued this way: queen to d3, attacking the rook. So rook to b2, bishop to f3, and if you are thinking you can go with the e4, but that would be a blunder, because now white can play queen to c3, attacking your rook, attacking your knight. Let's say you play e captures on f3 and king captures on f3. And now according to the computer, the best move for the Mikhail Tal is to play rook captures on f2. But Mikhail Tal didn't make this mistake, and he played b5, queen to c3, attacking the rook. So rook to d2, defended by this bishop, king to g1, knight f captures on d5, bishop captures on d5, rook captures on d5, queen captures on a5. Just look at this position. It is strong compensation for the queen, and this is clear cut winning for the Mikhail Tal. And now it's just formality. Bishop to g5, h4, bishop to f6, king to g2, king to g7, queen to d8, king to f7, queen to d7, e4, pushing his pawns, king to f1, bishop to e5, queen to b7, king to e6, king to e2, bishop to d4, f3, e captures on f3, check, king captures on f3, h5, queen to a8, bishop to e5. The only thing Mikhail Tal is trying to do is try not to fall in the trap of perpetual check. So now game continued. Queen to e8, attacking this pawn on h5 and this b5. But now rook to d3 check, king to e2, rook captures on a3, queen captures on b5, rook captures on g3, queen to e8, again attacking the h5 pawn, rook to g6, defended, king to f3, bishop to f6, again attacking this pawn, queen to b5, rook to g4, queen to b3 check, knight to d5, queen to b7, rook to f4 check, king goes to g2, rook captures on h4, queen to c8 check, king to e5, and queen to e8 check. Some checks trying to make this perpetual check tactic, but it's not working. Bishop to e7, queen to h8 check, king goes to e4, queen to a8, rook to g4 check, king goes to h3, and now this king is cut off from this g file. And now it's obvious that Mikhail Tal will push his f pawn. So in the game, f4, queen to e8, f3, queen to a4 check, king to e5, queen to a1 check, king to e6, queen to e1 check, king to d7, queen to f1, and now f2 pushes his pawn. Remember, you cannot capture it. Let's see what happens if you capture it. Queen captures on f2, but now knight to f4 check, king goes to h2, but now rook to g2 check, and your queen will be gone. So that's why you can't capture it. And same, why didn't capture it? He played queen to b5 check, king to e6, queen to e2 check, king to f6, king to h2, rook to f4, defending his pawn. So queen captures on h5, and here Mikhail Tal plays his final move, f1 is equal to queen, and this is where the white resigned. I hope you like the brilliant queen sacrifice of Mikhail Tal, and if you like it, please like this video, subscribe to this channel to get more amazing and inspiring content.